Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya Patki and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, this is actually a tribute video which I am making of one of my most favorite or the most favorite bowler, probably after Jasprit Bumrah, but he has just taken the Test cricket world by storm due to another record. And yes, you guessed it right. I am talking about James Anderson, the greatest fast bowler in the history of Test cricket, in my humble opinion. Now, many people wouldn't agree with that sentiment, but we will get into that debate later. First of all, congratulations to Jimmy for 700 test wicket in 187 test matches. It is a testament to his skill, his longevity, his grit, his determination, and most importantly, the love for the game and the constant desire to improve and always assess his performance to optimize it. So he is a legend, and no cricketer or no fast bowler in the history of the test cricket going forward will even dare to dream about playing 187 or more tests. I'm sure James Anderson is going to add to that number matches as well as the wicket columns. He will definitely surpass late great Shane Warne's tally of 708 wickets. It remains to be seen whether he passes Muthaiya Muralidharan's record of 800 or not. It will require at least 1.5 to 2 years, but Jimmy has surprised us many times in the past with his immaculate fitness and his rigorous routine. If he catches 800 mark, which I'm sure he will, if we keep his appropriate fitness, then it will be a delightful moment in the history of Test cricket, because nobody thought that 800 of Muthaiya Muralidharan can be broken. But here we are, the active cricketer with most number of Test wickets by a mile, which is James Anderson. After that, Nathan Lyons is in his 510 and Ravi Ashwin is in 504 or 505. But anyways, this video is going to be about what I understood about James Anderson, and it is my tribute to the greatest fast bowler that England has produced, and the greatest fast bowler I think one of the world has ever produced. So his test cricket record is immaculate as ever: 187 test matches, 700 wickets at a mind-boggling average of 26.52. 32 times he has taken 5 wickets in an innings, and 3 times he has taken 10 wickets in a match. His best is 7 for 42. He is also pretty brilliant fielder, 107 catches till now. And actually, Ben Stokes raved about James Anderson's fielding, that he, despite the fact of being nearly 42 years old, he works very hard in the training drills, and the kind of catch that he took of Yashasvi Jaiswal in the 4th test match was a testament to his fitness of the bowling of Shoaib Bashir. He is not afraid to throw himself, dive himself around, which is a testament to his grit and determination and its sheer commitment to the English Test shirt. Many people will forget that. After seeing the exploits of James Anderson in the Test arena, they forget that he is a brilliant ODI bowler as well. No doubt improvements were expected, but we don't have to forget his immaculate record there as well. 194 ODIs, 273 wickets, it's not a joke at all. 29.22 average, 5 wickets in a match he picked up a couple of times. His best figures are 5.23 and 53 catches as well. He hasn't represented England in ODI cricket since England's disastrous 2015 World Cup campaign. The group stage match against Afghanistan was his last ODI. His debut, although his ODI debut happened way before his Test debut, 15 December 2002, and his first international performance, which gave him reckoning among the cricketing fraternity, was against Pakistan in the 2003 World Cup, where he decimated the Pakistani top order and took 4 wickets in that match for a famous victory for England. They had a rough 2003 World Cup campaign, but this James Anderson performance was one of their few positives. He has also played for Auckland in the Plunket Shield, which is the first class cricket in New Zealand, for just a season, and since 2001 he is representing his county side Lancashire. His Test debut was on 22nd May 2003 against Zimbabwe. Mark Vermeulen actually was his first Test wicket. He also played in a few T20 internationals. 9 Jan 2007 versus Australia, he wasn't pretty expensive, and 15 November 2009 against South Africa was his last T20. Many people forget that he was actually a part of the side that won the 2010 T20 World Cup in the Caribbean, which England won, but he didn't get to feature in a single game because the bowlers at that time, Tim Bresnan, Ryan Sadbottom, as well as Stuart Broad were performing exceptionally well. And although Jimmy has a winner's medal, but he didn't make any contribution, so that isn't of note. Although he has a runners-up medal in 2004 Champions Trophy in England, where West Indies beat England in a thriller, and the 2013 Champions Trophy in which India beat England, which ironically remains the last ICC trophy that India won. So he bowled pretty good in both of those tournaments, but his ODI career has been vastly overshadowed by the great exploits that he has caused in the Test arena. No doubt about it. He has actually bowled more than 39,000 deliveries in Test cricket. Can you believe it? Most international Test deliveries bowled by a pace bowler, without a doubt, 39,877. And yeah, he has a 150 with the bat against India in Southampton as well, 2014, which was an awful pitch. But don't take away from that achievement. He actually had a more than 100 run stand for the 11th wicket. I am not remembering who his other partner was, but Jimmy scored 81 runs. So he frustrated the Indian bowlers quite a bit though. James Anderson is also the only bowler in history to pick up more than 300 Test wickets. So that is a testament to his longevity as well. It is almost 21 years to the day that he made his Test debut against Zimbabwe, which I had said. He is the only pace bowler and second overall to take 100 wickets at a single ground, which is the Lords. Muthaiya Muralidharan has taken 100 wickets apiece at 3 Sri Lankan grounds. That is Galle, that is the R. Premadasa Stadium, and that is the Kandy Stadium. But no fast bowler has done that. He also is the foreign bowler with most number of wickets in India. The Kuldeep Yadav scalp was his 44. He broke the record of Courtney Walsh. Although Courtney Walsh average is much lower, but James Anderson has his first visit was in 2006. Then Anderson visited in 2008, 2012, 2016, 2021, and 2024. So 6 times he has visited. So that is a testament to his longevity. And hats off to Jimmy. In first class cricket, he has played, if you take into consideration the first class test along with the test match, 296 matches, 2039 runs, 150, and the bowls bowled, actually the main stat, he is a bowler as we know, 58,875 deliveries, which is an absolutely phenomenal feat, and hats off to Jimmy. We layman or common people actually start hurting our shoulder after bowling just 5 or 6 balls. So imagine bowling 58,875 deliveries in first class cricket, numerous balls in Test cricket, and if you take into consideration the balls he bowled in practice, I think they are more than 150,000 times. So great James Anderson, hats off to him. 1114 wickets in first class cricket. So wow, what a brilliant bowler. 700 Test wickets for England and more than 400 wickets in the first class arena as well. 24.67 is the overall average. 5 wickets in an innings 54 times. 10 wickets in a match 6 times. Personal best is 7 for 19 in county cricket, and he has held on to 165 catches as well. In 268 list A games, and ODI games are similar. In the Indian audience will understand, the Royal London One Day Cup is actually equivalent to the Vijay Hazare Trophy, which we play there. 261 games, so that means he has represented Lancashire in 68 list A games, 12,730 deliveries, 358 wickets, 28.57 average, which is pretty respectable. 2 times 5 wickets, 5 for 23 is the best, and 68 catches. Jimmy Anderson also has some enviable batting records. On December 18, 2021, he became the first ever batsman to remain not out in Test cricket on 100 occasions. As we know, Jimmy bats at number 11 for England, so that is quite a record to have. He also has the most 5-wicket hauls for England in Test cricket. He has surpassed Ian Botham's record of 27 long ago. Jimmy has 32, and most international Test deliveries bowled by a pace bowler, that I said, bowled by any bowler, I think so. Jimmy Anderson was also honoured as Order of British Empire, OBE, which is a very respectable and a very prestigious honor that any cricketer can get for services to cricket. it was announced in 2015 and he was given the award on 11th Feb 2016, and he is the only bowler in the history of Test cricket to take 50 plus wicket against each 7 major Test playing nations. Shane Warne or Muthaiya Muralidharan also didn't do that, which is Australia, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, West Indies, South Africa, and New Zealand. And what James Anderson's marquee wickets or the landmark wickets in Test cricket include: first wicket was Mark Vermeulen, the 100 was Jack Callis, 200th wicket was Peter Fulton of New Zealand, Peter Siddle of Australia, 300 wicket was Peter Fulton of New Zealand. New Zealander once again his 400 scalp Martin Guptill. His 500 Test wicket was Craig Brathwaite, the current West Indian Test captain. His 600 scalp was in lockdown, which was Azhar Ali, and his 700th wicket was Kuldeep Yadav in Dharmashala. So he's exactly at 700. And I what appreciate about James Anderson, you know what is that? The fact that he is constantly looking to reinvent himself despite the fact of playing more than 21 years is a testament to his greatness. He actually at the start of his career was perceived as only a home bully, the bowler who does well on a green pitch or overcast conditions in England and run through the opposition. But whenever he actually goes to places like India or Australia or Sri Lanka was a strong team until 2015, his record was found wanting. But ever since the start of 2012 tour, which ironically remains the last tour where visiting test team, which was England only, defeated India in India for a test series, he bowled brilliantly well. He troubled the likes of Sachin Tendulkar many times in his career. He has got out Virat Kohli also many times. Interesting duel with both of the greatest batsmen that India has ever produced. He also had the number of Ricky Ponting on quite a few occasions. He has troubled Jack Callis. So he has dismissed world class batsmen, no doubt about it. And he learned actually the art of reverse swing by looking at the footage of Zahir Khan. He actually told the broadcaster there after the day's play that Zahir Khan was a tremendous exponent of fast bowling, which helped Zahir Khan take more than 300 test wickets despite the fact of being a only solitary bowler of consequence for best part of a decade until Ishant Sharma arrived, best part of 7 or 8 years until Ishant Sharma arrived. So he has learning from all the different players around the world, adding various weapons to his arsenal to enhance his efficacy, as well as learning with an open mind. He still works very hard. He is the first English bowler to hit the nets, and probably and most of the times, I beg your pardon, is the last one to leave. He's constantly working on the reverse swing. One video in the lockdown actually went viral of Sachin Tendulkar, that he said that he played James Anderson's reverse swing type. I think so that is the type of ideology that the great man has. But it is also a testament to the fact that Sachin Tendulkar had to come up with some such innovative solutions that James Anderson literally forced him to change his game. He got out, as I said few moments ago, I think 13 times in Test cricket, many times in ODI cricket as well, and he has constantly troubled the best batsman in the world. So that is a testament to James Anderson's knowledge, his hunger to learn more and more, despite the fact of taking 700 Test wickets and featuring for England in 187 Test matches. The next record that James Anderson actually should target is the 200 Test matches of Sachin Tendulkar. But even if he doesn't target that, I think he will definitely play 13 or 14 Test matches over the course of 2 years. The main number is number 800. It will be interesting to see if he gets to that milestone or what or not. Hopefully he does, but it is still a long way to go, and many people will question that whether James Anderson's motivation is what. Now he has a 4-month times to reassess. As we know, the next Test England play is against Pakistan in England only. The English summer begins, so he has the chance to recharge his batteries. Probably he will play a couple of or a single game of county cricket to get back into rhythm, but now he can just have a beer and enjoy his great milestone. So how did you like my analysis of James Anderson's overall career and a tribute? Please tell me in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for further notifications. We'll meet in the next video. Till then everyone, bye.